How's it going, Davis Bozeman family and everyone out there in the community? I'm with Baba Wekesa Madzimoyo, an elder in our community, an organizer, an educator, and a researcher. And we are coming together to discuss how the coronavirus has, in some ways, paralyzed our community with fear and how we can reclaim some of the power. Alice Walker has a powerful quote which says, people give up their power by thinking they don't have any. And so, Baba Wekesa, I really would like for you briefly give a little background as to how you began researching ways that members of the African American community could engage in combating the coronavirus and not just purely doing social distancing.
Well, I really appreciate that, and thank you for the whole Davis Bozeman family. Well, I really have to give credit to my students. That is, we teach a course called Black Body Biochemistry and a spinoff from that called Melanin Mastery. We've been studying melanin and how it works as a healer throughout the body, in our brains and ears. And one of the students asked, you know, would melanin, does melanin affect this virus? And I said, I don't know. And so we got to started looking at all the coronavirus family, the SARS and MERS, and this latest one, COVID-19, to understand exactly how it works and how it became deadly. How does it do its deadly work? And that's how we began to study there. And then, of course, following that, studying how our body's immune system can respond powerfully, and what happens when it doesn't, okay? And then what the role of melanin is and can be to strengthen that immune response. And so that's where really the impetus for it initially. And then one of the things what was clear to me is that this wasn't being talked about, that we were told on this end to do social distancing to stop the transmission. Cool. We're told on this end, folks were working in the laboratory and we're fast tracking vaccine development. But there's a middle part, and that's where we are, okay? And the middle part was being ignored, which actually is the most powerful part, and that is us building our immune system. The reports, I began to be disturbed because they were acting like we didn't matter, that we didn't have power, when in fact, in this case, we're the most powerful element there is in the equation.
So just to really nail that for our viewers and folks that will research this on their own. And again, I want to be clear, you're not a medical doctor.
Nope.
You are an educator.
I'm an educator, okay?
And part of your impetus to even have the conversation is that your students reached to you and said, you know, Baba, Mawuli Mel, teacher, elder, you've been teaching us. Now we have a real world experience. Now, what do you have to offer us, right?
Exactly.
And so, based on that, you have to respond as a true educator and delve down and research. And so, when you talk about our immune system, and I absolutely agree. There has not been very much conversation at all about what can we do proactively to fight. Right. And there's no other way to describe this but a fight. How do we literally fight for our lives in addition to social distancing? What can we do? And so what are the ways that you suggest those that are watching this that will also do their own research? How are some of the ways that we should look to build our immune system so that we can be in our strongest possible physical fitness in order to fight this off?
Very good. The first one is mental. The first one is for us to believe in our immune system, okay? That is to trust it and to believe and know that it has worked in the past, it's working now, and it can work against this. One of the things that I was disturbed by is the subtle way we were told, not only was our immune system discarded, it was as if you don't even need to think about it or believe it. So the first thing is actually to believe in and come to know what our immune system does. All right, and then the second is, in order for this virus to work, our immune system has to be sluggish, and then that produces fluid on the lungs, and then that's when we're really taken out. Complications start from there and go downhill. So we need an efficient immune system. For our immune system to be efficient, we need vitamin D. That was sunlight, vitamin D3. It's really critical that we get out in the sun and take as much as we can, particularly noonday, at least 30 minutes a day around noon if you can, 15 to 30 minutes, and then other times. We need about 10,000 international units of vitamin D, and our body will make 20,000 in a half hour, okay? And we need that. The other thing that's really critical is that we do low or no sugar, all right? And we do low or no salt even, particularly sugar, and because our immune system has four fighters that come, talking about the fight. One is macrophages, the other one is neutrophils, the other one is monocytes, and the last is white blood cell development in the bone marrow. The macrophages absolutely have to have vitamin D and zinc, all right? The monocytes have to have vitamin D, all right? So we're talking about using, here's something that's simple in terms of things that you can look up on your own to eat. A, B, C, D, E, F, Z, okay? Vitamin A, vitamin B6, vitamin C, vitamin D that we make from the sun, vitamin E, and vitamin, the F is flavonoids, all right? And the Z is zinc, okay? If we do that, while we get sun, get rest, those things are really critical. When your body is overtaxed, we've done binging on Netflix and we don't get enough sleep, when we're not drinking enough water, those can compromise our immune systems. You can start there. Good sun, good sleep, lots of water, and those vitamins. And when I say vitamins, I mean eating fresh fruits and vegetables, all right, that will strengthen our immune system. Many of the things we know, one of the things that we don't know, and that is to prioritize fruits and vegetables that have anthocyanins and have allomelanins. In our bodies, we have pheomelanin. That's what this brown is. There's, eumelanin. That's what the brown and black is. Pheomelanin is the red freckles. And neuromelanin is our brain. In plants, they have allomelanin, A-L-L-O melanin. When we eat black seed oil, when we take black seed oil, when we eat black rice, when we eat those kinds of fruits and vegetables that are high in allomelanins, then in fact it strengthens our own body's immune system just as our own melanin does.
So, Bob, we appreciate you. How can people, I know you have really been reaching to people all over the country, and part of what I guess really intrigued the firm and the work that we do is that, you know, we consider ourselves a community-based law firm focused on advocating for communities that historically have been disenfranchised or marginalized. And again, in these kinds of pandemics and these kinds of situations, it appears that we are often left on the fringes. They say when other folks get a cold, we get pneumonia. And so we just want to be as proactive as possible. So what do you think in terms of how are people able to reach to you, follow what you're doing with the town halls, the nationwide call or campaign that you're in the Aya Institute has really initiated around fighting this and not just waiting or just, you know, going in our respective corners and waiting for the worst to happen to us? How can folks follow you? What is the best way for them to be able to get more information and be a part of that community that you have been gathering up to create as a cavalry, so to speak?
I'm so glad that your firm is doing what it is doing and what it has been doing as a community-based firm. People can get me on social media, Facebook. They can go to Aya Educational Institute, or they can go to Wekesa Madzimoyo. Let me spell that for you. W-E-K-E-S-A. Last name M-A-D-Z-I-M-O-Y-O. You can also find me on Instagram, Madzimoyo, Wekesa Madzimoyo. and you can find me on Twitter as well. Now, you also can go to our own website, which is ayaed.com, and specifically ayaed.com/COVID-19. And I'll also give you a telephone number, 404-201-2356. Let me repeat that, 404-201-2356. People from all over the country are on. We have this coming Monday, on March 30th, we have another town hall meeting. We had one on Tuesday. We had over 90 people from around the country. And what we're really saying is, wherever you are, whatever influence you have in your family and your organization, take something away and begin to execute that, okay, in our community. We really want to stimulate and empower our community to act, as opposed to waiting for the cavalry, because we believe and we know, for Black people, for us, we are the cavalry.
We appreciate you, Baba. Again, Davis Bozeman family, everyone that's out there that has supported us. Again, we just wanted to, after we got this information, we wanted to share it. And we just hope that you will do your own research. Again, we know this is not medical advice. We're not doctors. Baba Wekesa is not a doctor. But what we do know, this is as my grandmama would say, this is just some good common sense. So we want you to lean in on some common sense, y'all. Be safe out there. And again, let's fight back. We can beat this as a community. Thank you, Baba Wekesa. We appreciate you and IA Institute.
Thank you.